Yo, how is it going, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Dope Gaming Entertainment here, bringing you guys another. In today's tips and tricks video, I am bringing you guys yet again another javelin build. This javelin build being one of my personal favorites in the game of Anthem at the moment. So I really advise that you guys stay tuned in the entire video and you guys check this out. So today's javelin build that I am bringing you guys is the Anthem survival commander ranger build, or what I call it is the commando survival ranger. And this build specializes in heavy damaged gun and melee attacks. Melee attacks less often than gun damage, but this gun does specialize in gun damage. And the big thing it really specializes in is, without a doubt, survivability. Now, there are many components we will use as the backbones of this javelin build. So without further ado, I would just enjoy going over the components that I am using for this build. So I'll see you there. So the gear components that we are using for our Ranger Commando build, let's go into these quick. So this is a 688 Masterwork Ranger at the moment. The grenade we are using right now is the Explosive Blaze. Detonates a fire explosion after applying a fire effect to 2 enemies. So this is going to be the explosive and burning part of our commando build. The weapons, we are using the legendary Soothing Touch, which strikers balance, hits reduce recoil by -30%, stacks 2-3 for 10 seconds. We also have the Renewed Courage, survivor's balance. Last shot reduces recoil by -50% for the next 20 seconds, stacks to 2. So these are both the survivor's balance and striker's balance effects. The assault launcher we're using is Avenger's Boon, which is striker's strength. Hitting an enemy increases melee damage by 110% for 20 seconds. This one really helping out the melee section of this build. The support we are using is the Bulwark Point. It's going matter if you have a common, uncommon, rare, or epic of this until Masterworks support items drop. Epic will be the best you can get. I have a rare. No particular reason, just because I just started playing this build not too long ago, and I found out that it's actually a very successful build. So that's why I'm making you guys this video. Anywho, so the components we are using is emergency power. This is the backbone of our commando's survivability. So emergency power is ultimate meter refills instantly when armor is critically damaged. This can occur once every 120 seconds. We also have the elemental OPS, increases elemental effects applied to enemies by 20%. We have airborne advantage, hovering increases all resistance by 10%. This also is a support system of the emergency power to help us keep us alive. Softened blows increases damage resistance by 75% for 5 seconds when shield runs out. This is basically the spine of our survivability. The defensive bulwark, on low health, increases gun damage by 25% for 10 seconds. This is the soul of our emergency power built survivability for our commando. We also have the thermic cooling, reduces the time you stay overheated significantly. So if this also is assisted by airborne advantage and emergency power as a way to help get out of combat if we are low on health. So this pretty much this is a commando survival javelin build. This really helps out with the survival rate. So I would really recommend that you guys do this. And if you guys want a quick 360 look at my javelin, here you guys, here you go. So I don't know about you, but I'm actually personally really proud of my paint job. So if you guys want to see the paint I use, first one should be black, red, white, black, red. So that'll get you the color scheme of my Ranger. So yeah, now let's get into how to use this build effectively. A really good way to play this javelin build more effectively than any other way. So pretty much what I'm saying is that it really doesn't matter the way that you play this build, but I can give you guys my recommendations on how you do play this build. So just pretty much stay tuned if that is what you guys are looking for, because I can give you guys my professional opinion as a creator of this build on how I play it to keep alive as much as I do. So you really need to be aware of surroundings. That is one of the biggest things about this. You need to keep checking whether your gear components are ready. The amount of ammo you have is all very important with this build. This is not a melee heavy build like some of my interceptor builds I will be going over will be. But if you guys do go to use some melee, it's pretty powerful for the little bit of time that you do use it. And with your weapons being both legendaries or masterworks, depending on how you officially created this build, I'd really recommend switching back and forth. The assault rifle, this one right here, should be one of your go-to ones. I would recommend using this gun the most, especially in strongholds. This weapon seems to help me out the most and keep me alive more than any other weapon I equipped this character with. And it's a really good weapon, and this build overall is very good. I'm playing on GM2 right now, so you can see just the power that this build deals and the damage that it deals to these enemies, as much as it does, is pretty impressive. So yeah, I would really recommend you guys use this build exactly the way I'm telling you, and there's not really a specific way. But you guys saw all the backbones and how this build keeps itself alive. So I'm saying that's the main priority with this build, is to keep alive. So if you are the final person alive, like on your squad, everybody else is defeated, so yes, you're the last hope, you should not have a problem taking out that legendary titan on your own. If your team has been knocked out, you should not have any problem reviving anybody, due to the fact that you can almost constantly get every 2 minutes you can get a Oxman when you get your ass beat. So there's really no excuse why you shouldn't be able to carry your team or kill a legendary titan on Grandmaster 2 on your own with this build. You guys see Grandmaster 2 of how powerful this build really is and how much damage it really deals to these enemies, even these legendary enemies that you see right here. This build packs a punch. It really does. It's one of my personal favorite ranger. It is my personal favorite ranger build to play as. I really think it's an entertaining one, and I really think it's a necessary one for you all to play as well. So if this build was useful for you, please remember to let me know in the comment section, also by leaving a like. So this build uses ultimates mainly only when this build, your javelin, is low on health. That's the only time I actually would suggest using your ultimate, whenever you are at low health. That's the only time you should use it. That, or you're really close to taking out that legendary titan on your own, and you getting maybe a little bit low on health, but you just want to take out that legendary titan, revive your guys, and get to the point where you can take on the Minotaur at the Heart of Rage stronghold. So this build is really great for this build can solo kill the Minotaur at Grandmaster 1. I'm not sure about Grandmaster 2. I've never actually been tested if this build can solo kill the Minotaur on GM 2. It's been tested on 1 and it works perfectly. Not 100% positive on GM2 though, but this build is definitely a great one to use on any GM2 difficulty. So I would like to thank you all so much for staying tuned to this build, and if this one was useful for you and you guys do want to use this build in your Anthem gameplay and you want to see more of my Anthem builds, please let me know in the comment section. You can also check out my Anthem tips and tricks video series. I do post daily tips and tricks videos, some including builds. I also have a series of Overwatch and Anthem builds. I combined them all together because I just thought it would be necessary. I didn't really need to waste 2 playlists and all that spaces. So check out my Overwatch and Anthem builds. So that's where I have all my javelin builds, or you can just check out my Anthem tips and tricks video series, which I recommend more because it has other videos that you guys may be interested along with javelin builds. So thank you all a load for watching this video. Really hope it was useful, and I'll see you all in the next one.